Before his final goodbye to Hong Kong, we had a farewell interview with Chris Patton, who told us on a more personal level his views on Hong Kong and himself.
I think my religious beliefs have played a part in most of the things I've done. I don't wish to suggest that because I'm a practicing Catholic, somehow that invests my decisions and views with greater authority than they would otherwise have. I think when politicians claim that or claim a monopoly of the truth, they're getting onto pretty dangerous ground. But it is the case, particularly whenever I've felt under some pressure, that my religious beliefs are a source of considerable comfort, and I feel genuinely, and this isn't meant to be patronizing, I feel genuinely sorry for those who don't have a faith which they can hold on to in those circumstances.
Now, we're nearing end of your time here in Hong Kong. Was there any point in your governorship where you had any doubts about what you did or what you said or what you plan to do?
Well, you sometimes have doubts about things that you've said. It would be surprising. Well, it would be surprising to give as many interviews as I give, and not occasionally think after the interview, oh my God, why didn't I put it better than that, or why wasn't I a little more discreet, or why wasn't I less discreet? But I've never really had any doubts about the approach I've taken, trying to stand up for the people of Hong Kong.
I like your hat. Too small for me. I do want, throughout my governorship, to spend as much time as possible out of the office, meeting people and seeing things for myself. There is, in my experience, a world of difference between reading about things and actually experiencing them yourself and meeting people on the streets and in their homes.
More on a personal level, do you think that your style of governorship will be remembered?
I think
as a good or bad thing, or?
Well, I don't think that politicians or public officials should spend too much time worrying about how they're going to be regarded by history. I don't think that's a very good basis for taking decisions and governing a great city like this. I think that my style has been a result of two things. First of all, I've always been a politician, a democratically elected politician, and you can't expect me at my advanced age to start behaving like something else.
You're only 53.
Oh, really getting on now. You should have seen me playing tennis this morning. You'd have thought I was about 103. Secondly, and I think this is more important perhaps, I think my style has been a response to what Hong Kong is like and what Hong Kong has become like. This is a big, splashy-dashy, sophisticated, fast-moving, well-educated international city. I think that if I hadn't responded to that, if I hadn't tried to open up the process of government, I would have been failing to keep in step with what this city has become like.
No fights today. We don't want any punches.
You said that at one point, the past 5 years has been a real educational experience for you. What's been, like, let's say, the biggest lesson you've learned about Hong Kong, being a leader in Asia? What's the biggest lesson?
I think that leaders in Asia have this advantage. First of all, they're on the whole governing societies where things are getting better steadily year by year. It's that stage of development in most Asian societies, and that means that what Western politicians call the feel-good factor is present for the first time in a number of Asian countries, and that enables, I think, politicians to behave very positively and creatively. I wanted to make it absolutely clear that every buck stops with me. and that I have to make the decision at the end of every day or every week.
According to one UK paper, it's a profile done on you, and the writer said this about you. He sometimes gives the impression that he would be more at ease with an elegant defeat than with a populist victory. Is that an accurate description of you?
No, it's been said by the anonymous profile writer before about me, and sometimes once journalists get what they think is a smart idea in their head, they go on repeating it. No, it's not true. I would prefer to be on the winning side than the losing side, though I wouldn't do anything under the sun to win. That is, I think that there are ways in which you should act, there are ways in which you should behave politically which are acceptable, and there are ways that are unacceptable. I think that crude populism actually has the demerit of normally not being frightfully popular. So most populism tends not to be on the winning side. It's always struck me as being one of the paradoxes of populism.
But would you describe yourself as kind of like an underdog?
No, I don't think so. I've been an overdog for much of my life. I mean, I've been a minister, or I've been in that category of those who were always said to be about to go on and do something else exciting. I've always been, I think, rather favorably treated by the political process and by the media. So I think I've had rather an advantage in life. I've had some pretty tough jobs which have made me feel as I was living under siege. Being the British minister who had the dreadful responsibility for introducing the poll tax was an experience I wouldn't go through again. It was a bit like being responsible for the Black Death or the plague. So I wouldn't want to do that again. But no, on the whole, I think I've been lucky.
One of your kind of favorite phrases is a big job. Do you see yourself having a big job back in British politics, or what is your next big job?
Then my next big job is to write a book on Asia, which I hope will be provocative and interesting. That's my next big job. Beyond that, I really don't know. I want to recharge my batteries. I want to think through some of my views on the great political issues in Britain and Europe. But as for another sort of job, heaven alone knows. I've never really planned my career in the way that some people appear to. I've been quite lucky, and one job has ended and another one has come along. So I'll just see what happens. There are one or two things that have been suggested to me so far which I've turned down.
Can you tell us?
No, probably not.
Why not?
Because it would probably be breaking a confidence, and it would also be unfair to the people who do the jobs or agree to do them. But I don't want to jump into anything yet. I want to take my time and decide which way to jump next. So for the next few months, it's writing and serious gardening. It's my real passion.
I understand you have a pretty hefty bonus. How do you plan to spend that?
Only after discussion with my wife. I don't have a bonus. What I have is the same as any other contract officer. I have a gratuity at the end of my period of service because I'm not pensionable. I think in life being pensionable is probably better than having gratuities, but I shall have to make sure I don't fritter it away.
You've reached really celebrity status in Hong Kong. Do you think you'll miss that when you head?
No. I shall enjoy the warm glow of anonymity when I'm living in the middle of the French countryside.
You sure about that?
Absolutely, 110% positive. I'm looking forward to the day when people don't recognize me in a crowd. I'm looking forward to the day when instead of introductory chairman at speaking engagements saying to me, our guest today needs no introduction. I'm looking forward to the day when they say, you may not know Mr. Patton.
How many photos and articles have you signed, roughly, and how many interviews have you done?
Oh, thousands.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there anything that you wish someone in the media had asked you but didn't?
I think I've been asked absolutely every question under the sky, with the exception of one or two that it would be too intimate or daring for me to answer.
You can't tell us about that?
Well, it might get the show taken off television. No, I think I've been asked absolutely everything. Some people say, economists, that there's no such thing as a free lunch. I think there's no such thing as a new question.
No wonder I'm getting so fat. Isn't it wonderful?
We'll have to sample something.
Well, I'll just have one. Just one. Guess what it's going to be? Take a big one. I love egg tarts.
Mrs. Patton, what would you like?
Thank you very much. Now, yet another picture of the governor eating an egg tart.
Which one is better?
This one.
This one. I can try one of them. This is very good.
How does Mrs. Patton feel about heading back home?
Well, she, like me, will miss Hong Kong. Alice, our youngest daughter, as you know, has been here throughout her secondary school years, and she's been very happy here. We've had a marvelous life as a family here in Hong Kong. We'll miss that, but time to go, and time for Hong Kong people to run Hong Kong.